gestation time, 2 years, 6 months, 14 days. Time to commence education. I'm afraid the deterioration has accelerated.
How long do I have, Doctor?
Well, it's difficult to say.
Difficult for you? I'm the one who's dying. I want to see the other beta.
Well, yes, certainly, but
Yes?
he's still raw.
I don't care. We're speeding up the timetable. Well, he certainly looks like Miles Hawkins.
Oh, he is Miles Hawkins. A perfect beta duplicate.
I want to meet him.
Feel as if you're just awakening from a long sleep. Tell me, do you feel this way?
Yes.
Good. That's perfectly natural. Now, do you have any questions?
Who am I?
You're what we call a beta. A creation of science. Genetic miracle, really.
Do I have a name?
Yes. Your alpha goes by the name of Dr. Miles Hawkins.
How do I know to even ask these questions?
During your incubation, you were taught subconsciously. That's why you speak the English language and know a great deal about the world we live in. Do you have any other questions?
Yes. Who is this man?
Tell me, do you understand the word God?
God is the creator of all.
Well then, this is the God who created you, and your purpose is to serve him.
What do you want me to do? Soon, your alpha, the man named Miles Hawkins, will be dead. His life will become your life, and his world will become mine to control. Are you going to kill him? Yes.
I'm not comfortable with this, Miles.
You're not comfortable. You should try wearing it.
Ah, very good. I didn't realize the Mantis had a sense of humor.
Super Teamster reporting to duty.
Yeah, I'll be ready for you in a moment.
Oh. Well, if I get tired of waiting, I'll just crash out in the truck. Oh, poor choice of words.
Yes, Taylor.
Anti-gravity thrust, up and operational. Energy flux regulating nicely. No, hate to say this, but for the life of me, I can't think of anything else to fiddle with. Now you're clear about the directionals and the thrusters.
Yes, of course I am. The booster gyros control elevation and descent, and if I go under 45 degrees azimuth, I have to trim and cancel the anti-grav. Let's go.
Right! Now let's go on your command. Woo!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going up. I have ascent and hover capabilities. I'm going to try moving around. I thought the chrysalis was exhilarating, but this is incredible.
Hey, you gotta make one for the kid.
Yes. Keep going down.
Losing control.
Go! Go! Good work, Taylor. Are you all right? Oh, yes. It's all right.
I need a little bit more practice.
You just crash landed. You want more practice?
It doesn't handle as well as a wheelchair, but you can't beat the view.
Tell me the details of your birth.
Newark, New Jersey, Sacred Heart Hospital, May the 17th, 1956. My mother's maiden name was Yvonne Foster. My father was Dr. Marcus G. Hawkins, the original Dr. Hawkins. I was their first child. They moved to Port Columbia my freshman year of high school. I have a younger brother, Patrick, who works as an engineer in Saudi Arabia.
Well, it sounds to me like you have been doing your homework.
Hawkins has a photographic memory.
Yes, but let's give you something you can't memorize your way out of.
Hawkins must be very frustrated spending his life in one of these.
He's been paralyzed for 2 years. We must assume that he has adjusted by now. We know Hawkins can do this. You're going to have to work on it.
How are we progressing?
I'm sorry, he's not ready. There are so many details.
I can wait no longer.
Look, there are motor skill refinement exercises which haven't been done. And we have barely begun to recreate Hawkins' emotional makeup. I'm sorry, but this beta is simply not ready for social interaction.
Observe carefully what's about to happen.
Doctor!
Do you know why that was necessary?
Because he refused to obey orders?
Correct.
Then you had no choice but to kill him.
So you see, desalinization is the way of the future, Dr. Hawkins. With your company's backing, we could solve this city's drinking water problem forever.
And make plenty of money while we're at it.
Obviously, I'm not opposed to making money, but I am opposed to disturbing the ecological balance of the bay.
We'll take a hard look at those numbers before you rule anything out. Would you, Doctor?
All right.
Good day, gentlemen.
Well, as you can see, the water table.
What's going on? What are you doing?
Don't say a word.
Dr. Hawkins, we have been expecting Michael Angelides? Hold that thought. A remarkable likeness, wouldn't you say? Except your beta is not a helpless cripple.
I abandoned my cloning research. They said you did as well.
They were wrong.
So, you've reached into the pit and created hell.
I wouldn't speak of myself in that way.
Michael, why do this?
I'm not exactly who you think I am.
What are you talking about? We've known each other for years.
After a fashion.
You're a clone, too.
I prefer to use the word beta. I was proud to be Dr. Angelides' beta, until one day I looked in the mirror. I realized the world wasn't big enough for the both of us.
Is that what you're going to do? Kill me?
No, not for a long, long while. I'm going to pay you the ultimate compliment. I am going to finish your research. Then, when that's done, I will create enough betas to replace the entire city government of Port Columbia. They will replace their alphas and answer only to me. Meanwhile, he will slip seamlessly into your life. By the time he's done with you, you'll want to kill yourself.
State your name.
Miles Hawkins.
Scanning. Clearance approved, Dr. Hawkins.
Top of the morning, Mars. Let's see, Leora called. She's coming round. How'd you get on with the desalinization people?
Things look favorable.
Really? I thought you were concerned.
What are you working on?
Well, I think our problems the other day were only partly due to pilot error. You need practice, and I need some chewing gum to stick behind the right thruster control.
I want you to stop working on that.
What?
You heard what I said? Do I have to repeat myself?
But why?
Because it's what I desire. I want the biology lab put on 24-hour operation. I'm going to reopen the Progenitor project. Why are you looking at me that way?
I thought you crash landed on your backside. You sound like you landed on your head. What's gotten into you?
I've made a simple request.
We need to talk about this. Progenitor is very serious.
Am I the owner of this company or not?
Of course you are, but...
If I recall, it's my signature that's on your paycheck. That makes you my employee, correct?
Yes, I'm your employee.
Then it's very simple, John. If an employee wants to keep his job, he does what he's told.
You will enjoy this, Dr. Hawkins. It's not often one gets to watch their own maturation process. Isn't human life amazing?
Yes, it is. You can create a physical duplicate. You can even duplicate brain mass, but there's no way to copy the experiences that make a human a unique individual.
Nature, nurture? Heredity versus environment? You alphas certainly do overrate yourselves. But let me assure you, there is nothing in this world you have created that is more important than the physical.
What about the soul?
To hell with the soul!
Michael Angelides made many mistakes, but he was a gifted scientist and an honest man. In his name, turn back from this evil.
Evil, no. Both you and my alpha were separately working on a great breakthrough.
I never completed my work. I refused to play God.
My alpha believed that you had perfected the cloning process and then lost your nerve. Since his departure, I have continued in his work. I have made great progress.
Progress. You call this progress? It's a perversion.
Your beta is identical to you in every respect. Except one. Life expectancy. I cannot slow down the forced maturation process.
You're dying. And so is my clone.
I want to live, Hawkins. You can understand that.
No research exists. And even if it did, I'd never give it to you.
In that case, I have no further use for you. You are in my way.
Is that why you killed Michael Angelides? Because he was in your way?
It was inefficient for me to hide in his shadow. I despise inefficiency.
Dispose of him.
All right, Miles. I know what's happening with you. I was worried from the beginning that you were logging up too much time on the neural net, and now I know I was right. I want you to undergo a complete physical, and don't bother to argue.
I'm busy.
I'm bloody well sorry for that, but we need to talk.
I can't remember the password for the Progenitor files. What is it?
I don't know, and I couldn't care less.
Don't play games with me.
If you recall, I was living in Japan when you were working on it, and you didn't give me access to it when I returned.
That's right. I forgot.
You seem to have forgotten a lot of things. Such as this is a partnership and you can't order me around.
A partnership? That's not how the corporation is structured.
What are you talking about? To hell with the corporation. I'm here because of friendship. And you know it. What's happening to you? In 24 hours, you've turned into an ill-tempered sod. It's like talking to someone I've never met.
You can't really believe you're going to get away with this.
I know I will. See for yourself.
Your beta is sending us the signals from your security camera. You're about to close a rather lucrative business deal.
Well, as you can see, the water table is actually lower than in any of the surrounding habitat.
I'm not concerned with that, gentlemen. As far as I'm concerned, we have a deal.
That's excellent.
My only concern is that we not delay the startup of the project.
Now are you convinced? And you so strongly opposed to this project.
It's very clever. But those are people who don't know me. People who do know me won't be fooled.
By the time they bumble their way to an explanation, I will be in control of your corporation. Your beta signed those after studying your driver's license for just 30 seconds.
Why are you doing this?
Building an empire isn't cheap, Doctor. It requires capital. So you see you are of use after all. Make no mistake. If I do not receive the Progenitor files, your beta will soon be signing your death warrant.
Hey, Doc, what's going on? Oh, hey, sorry, it's just like a bad time. I could just...
Where have you come from?
Well, I come from Middle-earth, seeking peace.
Look, Doc, sorry to, break the karma, but you're the one who said this was cool, right?
Open it again.
Huh?
I said, open it again.
Am I missing something here?
It goes down?
Well, it sure as heck doesn't go up. Hey, is this some kind of game? Because actually, Doc, I got this thing I gotta be at. So you know what, I'll check...
No.
What do you mean, no?
You're not leaving until I find out what's going on.
Yeah, I think you got that turned around. See, I am leaving because I don't know what's going on.
I said no.
What's the matter with you? You moved your leg. You're not Dr. Hawkins.
Hawkins.
Speak to me.
I'm in some kind of underground cave. A secret chamber you can only get to from his house.
How did you find it?
There's an access in his home study. A young man came out of it.
Did you kill him?
I tried to. He got away.
You let him get away? Was this man part of Hawkins' technologies?
I didn't see him in any of the briefings.
Then you must keep up appearances there. But if you see him again, you must be prepared to kill him.
Hawkins. What have you done with him?
You might say his death is at hand.
My night off.
Hey, you gotta ditch this bed, man. This is an emergency.
What, you run out of hair, Joe? Are you old enough to be in here? Go away. Come back in 2 years' time.
Mr. Clapton, the doc walked.
Hey, come with me. Look here, you're saying Miles walked? I'm sure you haven't had a couple of hundred drinks before you came in here.
Yes, I'm telling you the truth. He stood right up out of his chair. He didn't even know who I was. Now, what's going on? Did the exoskeleton cure him and make him a little woo-woo at the same time, or what?
The exoskeleton couldn't heal a fractured spinal column.
Well, then he definitely took a trip to the faith healer, because our man is definitely upright.
Miles was acting very strangely today. He was hardly himself at all. He was talking about reopening the progenitor files.
Progenitor? I think I missed that one on the vocabulary test. What is that?
Progenitor is a biologically related ancestor, a model for future developments.
What are you talking about?
Human cloning.
Wait a minute, you're telling me that the doc that just attacked me isn't the real doc?
Taylor, I've known him for 20 years and I've seen him at less than his best. He's always acted human. Something's changed.
So if that's not him back at the place, where's the genuine article?
Now, I'm going to ask you one last time. Where are the progenitor files?
There aren't any files. There was no breakthrough. The work that was done, I destroyed.
It's too bad. You know, I feel a certain kinship to you. Almost like the one I feel for my own Alpha unit. But make no mistake, Doctor. That feeling is not nearly as strong as my desire to live. And your refusal to cooperate is killing me.
You think I'm not real because I wasn't born human.
My life is of no use to you.
Life, however created, is sacred. That's what I believe. And that's precisely why I chose not to tamper any further with its mysteries.
Your body will be preserved for future experimentation. Cold? Soon the chill of death will fill your bones as it has filled mine. Goodbye, Doctor.
John Stabrick.
John. It's Miles. I've been kidnapped. John, he's not me. Did you hear me?
Yes, I did. How nice to hear from you.
You can talk.
Look here, you'll have to tell me where you're located.
Oh, it's an abandoned packing plant on the waterfront somewhere. There's some kind of red sign.
What's going on, John?
Oh, just some confusion, really.
What kind of confusion?
Well, just a botched delivery. Look here, I'll set it straight. I'll transfer it to my office.
Don't bother. I'll get it here. This is Miles Hawkins. How can I help you?
Hello. Hello.
I have no time for this kind of foolishness.
All straightened out.
Let's get back to work.
What? Are you sure? I thought something was up.
I'm telling you, it's true.
Okay, Savage, so you're telling me that the man I saw yesterday is not Miles Hawkins?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The real one is locked away someplace, and we gotta find him, like, now.
Well, I'm not exactly on a break here, Savage. I got a homicide case. What about John?
No. He's gotta put on a show for the anti-Hawkins.
Mike, I'll be back.
Yeah, right, Detective.
An abandoned place at the waterfront? How are we supposed to find that?
I guess we're gonna have to pretend we're detectives.
So if it's abandoned, then why are we whispering? Doc. Doc.
Taylor! I'm here.
Hold on, Doc, we're here.
Miles, are you okay?
Just get me out of here.
Wait a minute. When's my birthday?
What?
When's my birthday?
I have no idea.
Thank God we found you, Miles.
Hey, if it was really him, he'd know my birthday.
Taylor, drop it.
It's really me. I'm not another clone. You haven't celebrated a birthday since I've known you.
Ah, true. So how do we meet?
You delivered a letter of resignation from John Stonebreak to my house. You expected a tip, which you didn't get.
He's back.
Help me get him out of here.
Come on.
Anybody there? Hello, Miles. I didn't know you were going to use the exoskeleton. Did you get what you wanted from the computer?
I want progenitor files, John.
So you, didn't remember the password, eh?
I want them now. And you're going to give them to me.
Well, I wish I could help, but I can't give you what I don't know how to get.
You're lying.
If I were you, I'd take off that suit. It was designed to boost signals from a severed spinal cord. Yours is quite healthy. Wearing it could kill you. And that's no lie. Go.
I was created identical to Hawkins. You were not to know.
Yeah, but there are a few minor differences between you and Miles Hawkins, such as patience and compassion.
Patience and compassion.
But then again, you're a bloody replicant, aren't you? I suspect you're not capable of human emotions.
If you can't give me the files, John, I've been ordered to kill you, but there's one way you can still save yourself.
Oh, well, at least tell me where I'm going.
You don't need to know. Do you know how to operate that vehicle?
No, sorry, I can't.
Then I have no more use for you.
All right. Yes, I probably can remember how it works.
The chrysalid's gone.
So is the exoskeleton.
So, Miles, you are a man of many secrets and extraordinary capabilities. I had no idea that you are the legendary Mantis. It was obviously not part of your escape plan. You'll have to tell me how you did that sometime. But for now, let's trade. I have your best friend, Stonebreak. You can keep him alive. Download the Progenitor files to the access terminal on your screen by midnight. Once that is done, Stonebreak will be released, and the playing field will be evened.
So, we gotta download this file, go get Stonebreak, and nail this pond scum.
There is no file. What he wants doesn't exist.
Now this makes for an interesting complication. See, normally I'd say this is a job for the Mantis, but we seem to be missing a few minor parts.
And if I call in a police strike force, our secret's out.
I don't care about that. But they won't be able to act fast enough to save John.
Wait a minute, no file, no Mantis, no chrysalid, no time, no plan?
No, wait. Maybe there is a way.
Miles, what's that?
Before we finalized the headgear and the exoskeleton, this was the prototype.
It's rudimentary, but I should be able to use it.
Miles, you can't go fight that thing with an inferior piece of equipment.
I conceived and built both exoskeletons. I know their capabilities, but if I don't try, John's a dead man.
Well, at least let us go with you. You need backup.
No, it's too dangerous. This is my fight.
But Miles...
He's got the chrysalid, Leora. I've got to get to John as fast as I can.
All right. But if we don't hear from you in an hour, I'm bringing in the cavalry.
Friend has missed the deadline. Apparently he has no more use for human life than I do.
What's that?
An explosive device. It will destroy the lab and everything in it.
But why?
I believe Miles Hawkins has gone to the police. We cannot leave them any evidence.
Without this lab, where will I go?
You will go wherever Miles Hawkins would have gone. Provided we kill him, his life will belong to you. What is it?
He's here.
How do you know?
Ever since I've been wearing this headgear, I've been getting imagery.
Go find him and bring him to me. Didn't bring what I wanted.
It doesn't exist.
You're lying.
What good would it do me to lie?
Kill him.
Oh, wait, Miles. Why do you think he wants the Progenitor files?
I said kill him.
It's because the accelerated development of a clone can't be stopped.
Kill him!
He thinks I found the answer, but I stopped looking.
Don't listen!
You're going to die in agony. Less than 2 years.
Quiet!
Angelides is dying now.
Kill him! I told you to kill him.
Is it true?
Yes! Yes, it's true! We're going to die! But we're going to do it on my terms!
You told me his life would become mine.
You are my creation. We will die together.
You lied.
Why are you doing this?
Because I am not completely human. Because you gave me no patience or compassion.
This belongs to you. Take your friend and go as far away as possible. Come with us. No. I studied your life, and I wanted to live it because it had been good, but I know now that it can only belong to you. You were right to discontinue the research, but every created being has a purpose. And perhaps mine is to die and take this damned technology with me. Now go. Strange, John. Just now, I felt a connection with my clone. I could literally tell what he was thinking, even without the headgear.
Yes. What was that?
He became completely human. Just before the explosion. I heard him pray.